Welcome, viewers, to a realm of chance and intrigue. Get ready to uncover the untold stories that make casinos the ultimate playground for risk-takers and thrill-seekers. Casinos are designed to keep you inside and make you lose track of time. They often have no windows or clocks, and use bright lights, loud sounds, and pleasant scents to create a stimulating atmosphere. They also offer free drinks, food, and entertainment to keep you happy and distracted. Casinos use chips instead of cash to make you spend more money. Chips are easier to handle and count, and they also create a psychological distance between you and your money. You are more likely to bet more chips than cash, because chips don't feel like real money. Casinos monitor your every move with sophisticated surveillance systems. They use cameras, microphones, facial recognition software, and RFID tags to track your activities, preferences, and behavior. They also employ security guards, pit bosses, and dealers to watch over you and prevent cheating. Casinos employ various tricks to influence your decisions and outcomes. They use carpet patterns, music, temperature, and lighting to affect your mood and perception. They also use magnets, biased wheels, rigged machines, and card shuffling devices to manipulate the odds in their favor. Casinos have a house edge that guarantees them a profit in the long run. The house edge is the difference between the true odds of a game and the payout odds that the casino offers. For example, in roulette, the true odds of hitting a single number are 37 to 1, but the payout odds are only 35 to 1. This means that the casino has a 2.7% advantage over the player. Casinos offer different types of bonuses and rewards to attract and retain customers. They use loyalty programs, comp points, cashback, free spins, no deposit bonuses, welcome bonuses, and VIP clubs to entice you to play more and spend more. They also use terms and conditions, wagering requirements, and withdrawal limits to restrict your winnings and CA shouts. Casinos are regulated by various laws and authorities depending on the jurisdiction they operate in. They have to obtain licenses, pay taxes, follow rules, and undergo audits to ensure fair play and responsible gambling. They also have to comply with anti-money laundering, anti-fraud, and anti-terrorism regulations to prevent criminal activities and protect customers. Casinos are not only places for gambling but also for entertainment, dining, shopping, and socializing. They often feature hotels, resorts, spas, theaters, nightclubs, restaurants, bars, shops, museums, and art galleries to cater to different tastes and needs. They also host concerts, shows, events, tournaments, and weddings to attract more visitors and generate more revenue. Casinos have a rich and colorful history that dates back to ancient times. The first casinos were probably in China, where people played games of chance with tiles and dice. The first modern casinos were in Italy, where people gambled in private houses called casini. The first legal casinos were in Monaco, where gambling was legalized in 1863. The first casino resort was in Las Vegas, where gambling was legalized in 1931. Casinos have inspired many movies, books, songs, and games that depict the glamour and drama of gambling. Some of the most famous examples are Casino Royale, James Bond, Ocean's 11, Heist, The Hangover, Comedy, Casino, Mafia, Rounders, Poker, 21, Blackjack, Rain Man, Autism, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Drugs, The Gambler, Addiction, Molly's Game, True Story, etc. Casinos are not allowed to advertise gambling in mainland China, where it is illegal. However, they can promote their resorts, hotels, and entertainment venues. That's why many casinos in Macau, the only place in China where gambling is legal, use the term gaming instead of gambling in their ads. Casinos have a strict dress code that varies depending on the location and the occasion. Some casinos require formal attire, such as suits and ties for men and dresses and heels for women. Others allow casual wear, such as jeans and t-shirts. However, most casinos ban items such as flip-flops, shorts, hats, sunglasses, and hoodies too. Casinos have a superstition that $50 bills are unlucky and bring bad luck to the players in the house. The origin of this belief is unclear, but some possible explanations are that $50 bills were used by mobsters to bribe police officers. that $50 bills were the highest denomination during the Great Depression, or that $50 bills were once printed with a yellow back that resembled a coward. Casinos have a tradition of tipping the dealers and other staff members who provide service to the players. The amount and the method of tipping vary depending on the game, the country, and the personal preference of the player. Some common ways of tipping are placing a bet for the dealer, handing over a chip, or saying, "Thank you." Casinos have a phenomenon called beginner's luck, which is the idea that new players tend to win more than experienced players. There is no scientific evidence to support this notion, but some possible explanations are that new players are more cautious and less greedy, that new players have lower expectations and higher satisfaction, or that new players are simply more lucky by chance. Casinos have a strategy called card counting, which is the practice of keeping track of the cards that have been dealt and using this information to adjust the bets accordingly. Card counting is not illegal, but it is frowned upon by casinos and can result in being banned or blacklisted. Card counting is most effective in blackjack, where it can give the player an edge over the house. Casinos have a system called volatility index, which is a measure of how risky a game is. Volatility index is calculated based on the frequency and the size of the payouts. A high volatility index means that the game has fewer but larger payouts, while a low volatility index means that the game has more but smaller payouts. Volatility index affects the player's chances of winning and losing. Casinos have a concept called the house always wins, which is the idea that no matter how much or how often a player wins, the casino will always make more money in the long run. This is because of the house edge, which is the built-in advantage that the casino has over the player in every game. The house edge ensures that the casino will always have a positive expected value and a profit margin. Casinos have a phenomenon called the gambler's fallacy, which is the belief that past outcomes affect future outcomes in games of chance. For example, some players may think that if a roulette wheel has landed on red several times in a row, it is more likely to land on black next time. However, this is not true, as each spin is independent and has an equal probability of landing on either color. Casinos have a psychology called the near-miss effect, which is the tendency to feel more motivated and excited after almost winning than after losing or winning by a large margin. For example, some players may feel more eager to play again after getting 2 out of 3 symbols on a slot machine than after getting none or all 3. This is because near misses create an illusion of control and skill, and trigger a reward response in the brain. Thanks for watching and please subscribe for more videos.